This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jamie Glazov Moment. Tonight I want to talk to you about 9 steps to counter Jihad. And tonight I'm going to discuss steps 1 to 3 until the next episode. This particular program is based on my article at Breitbart called 9 Steps to Successfully Counter Jihad. So if you want to see the whole article, go to Breitbart.com, and it's 9 Steps to Successfully Counter Jihad. Tonight I want to cover the steps 1 to 3, my recommendations, but they're not completely mine in the sense that there are very important, brilliant, courageous scholars out there that I'm reading and researching. So a lot of this information comes from their bright minds. Let me mention 3 of them specifically. Robert Spencer, in all of his work, this is some of the suggestions that I'm going to derive from his work, and his new book, The Complete Infidel's Guide to Iran. Make sure you get his new book. Also, Stephen Coughlin, his book, Catastrophic Failure. Urgent book for you to read. Get it. And also Sebastian Gorka and his new book, Defeating Jihad, The Winnable War. So these are brilliant authors, very important works, and I've synthesized some of these steps from a lot of their work. So step number 1, which is vital, label the enemy and make a threat assessment. This is crucial, and it's not being done. The Obama administration will not name our enemy and will not make a threat assessment. What we have to do is name our enemy, which is Islamic Jihad. And we have to identify the ideology that inspires our enemy, which is Islamic law. This is crucial, number 1 step. You can't defeat an enemy unless you know your enemy. You can't trick your enemy unless you know who your enemy is. And this is what Sun Tzu is all about. And Stephen Coughlin really illuminates all this and crystallizes it in his book, Catastrophic Failure. Number 2, scrap, quote-unquote, countering violent extremism, CVE. This is the quote-unquote strategy of the Obama administration in fighting our terror war. They're countering violent extremism. Okay, this is just complete BS. Number 1, it's completely meaningless on the one hand. It's so blurry, we don't know anything. But as Stephen Coughlin explains, Robert Spencer explains, we know what this is really all about. It's not really that blurry on the other hand, because what the administration is trying to do is saying, we're countering violent extremism, but who do they really mean are the violent extremists? We know that the Obama administration is really pointing the finger at its political opponents, and specifically at those vile and dangerous Islamophobes. And so they're actually targeting the people that are actually trying to do something about the threat and are telling the truth about the threat. So we have to completely scrap and throw into the garbage the countering violent extremism, quote-unquote, tactic of the administration because it's very destructive. Step number 3, we have to stop, quote-unquote, partnering with Muslim Brotherhood front groups. This is what our government is doing. The government needs to stop cooperating with and listening to Muslim Brotherhood front groups such as CARE and ISNA, and it needs to do this immediately. Look, the Muslim Brotherhood document, for example, the explanatory memorandum, look it up. It has made it clear that the Brotherhood's objective, this is a Muslim Brotherhood document, the Brotherhood's objective is to destroy our civilization from within by our own hands, and it's going to achieve this by having these front groups working with us and brainwashing us and exploiting us and giving us all of this propaganda and the words we're supposed to use, etc., etc. So we've got to stop listening to and working with Muslim Brotherhood front groups. And as Robert Spencer advises, there needs to be legislation that will bar all such groups and affiliated individuals from advising the government or receiving any grants. So look, instead of having Muslim Brotherhood front groups advising the government, why not have Sebastian Gorka? Why not have Robert Spencer? Why not have Stephen Coughlin? These three specific individuals that I've brought up in the works that I'm referencing, and there are many, many more, and we know who they are. Those are the first 3 steps to start countering jihad, and they can really turn this catastrophic situation around in America's favor. On my next episode, I will discuss steps 4 to 6, and you can read the whole article, 9 Steps to Successfully Counter Jihad, at Breitbart.com. I want to say that this particular episode is sponsored by Act for Canada, actforcanada.ca, and my very good friend Valerie Price, one of the most wonderful and beautiful human beings on the planet, has come up with an idea for the Glazov Gang, and she's the first one to do this. So she contributes to, as she has always been, but on this occasion, she's contributing to the Glazov Gang to keep us alive, and she's sponsoring this particular episode, and we promote her wonderful organization. It's Bridget Gabriel's organization. There's Act for America, but there's also Act for Canada. Even if you're not Canadian, support Act for Canada. And if you are for Canada, that's the real organization you need to be following and supporting. So go to actforcanada.ca. Thank you very much, Valerie Price. And anybody else that wants to contribute, support our show, and sponsor our episodes, we will also promote who you are and what you're doing. Thank you for joining the Jamie Glazov Moment, and we'll see you on the next edition. Good night.